Hello everyone, hope you are all doing well. Today we will see some interesting topic, that is the lipids we consume, how they are going to be metabolized and how they generate energy. As we all know, fatty acid is the simplest form of lipids. This fatty acid oxidation takes place and gives energy. That is the first part of lipid metabolism that we will see in this video. Fatty acid oxidation. This is also called as beta oxidation because most of the fatty acids are oxidized on their beta carbon. So that's why this is known as beta oxidation. And it takes place in mitochondrial matrix. Most of the tissues take part in this fatty acid oxidation. However, brain, erythrocytes, adrenal medulla. These tissues cannot utilize fatty acids for their energy requirement. This is a brief introduction regarding fatty acid oxidation. And now we will see how does it takes place. It takes place in 3 steps. First one is activation of fatty acids. And second one is transport of activated fatty acid to mitochondria. This is the second step. And third step is how actual oxidation or beta oxidation takes place. These are the three important steps in fatty acid oxidation. Activation of fatty acid. Now we will see the very first step of fatty acid oxidation. Fatty acids usually they are synthesized in the cytoplasm of the cell. So whatever the fatty acids that are synthesized in the cytoplasm, they get activated in the cytoplasm itself and then they are going to be transported to the mitochondria. So now we are seeing activation of fatty acids. So this takes place in 2 steps. Fatty acid gets converted to acyl adenylate with the help of thiokinases. These two steps takes place. By utilizing ATP, pyrophosphate is formed first and then with the help of pyrophosphatase. This will give inorganic phosphate. And the next step is also carried out with the help of thiokinase. Acyl adenylate is converted to acyl CoA. So this is activated fatty acid. Here coenzyme. So here 2 high energy phosphates are utilized for the activation of fatty acids, which takes place with the help of thiokinases. It takes place in 2 steps. Fatty acid first converted to acyl adenylate and then to the acyl CoA. So this is the first step. And now we will see the second step, that is transport of activated fatty acid to mitochondria. Second step is transport of activated fatty acid, that is acyl CoA to mitochondria. Or mitochondrial matrix. Here a special carnitine carrier system operates, as the inner mitochondrial membrane is impermeable to the activated fatty acid, that is acyl CoA. A special carnitine carrier system operates. Let us see what's going to happen in special carnitine carrier system. Carnitine carrier system. So now we have activated fatty acid, that is acyl CoA. So this combines with carnitine with the help of an enzyme, carnitine acyl transferase 1. This is the enzyme. So with the help of this, acyl group of acyl CoA is transferred to carnitine with the formation of acyl carnitine. So this is intermembrane space, and here with the help of a carrier protein, this acyl carnitine is transferred or moved to mitochondrial matrix. Acyl carnitine. So this acyl carnitine, again with the help of an enzyme, that is carnitine acyl transferase 2, which is present in the mitochondrial matrix, will give or will separate this acyl carnitine to acyl CoA and then carnitine. This is what happens during the carnitine carrier system. So this is carnitine is nothing but beta hydroxy. It's a chemical. Beta hydroxy gamma trimethyl aminobutyrate. So this is what happens in carnitine carrier system. The activated fatty acid acyl CoA is impermeable to the inner mitochondrial membrane. So with the help of carnitine acyl transferase 1, which is present on the outside of the mitochondria, so this, with the help of this is going to acyl CoA is going to combine with the carnitine. When acyl group of acyl CoA is transferred to carnitine, it becomes acyl carnitine. And this acyl carnitine, with the help of carrier protein, this is going to enter the mitochondrial matrix, and there with the help of carnitine acyl transferase 2 enzyme, this is again going to split into carnitine and acyl CoA. So this carnitine, whatever is regenerated in the mitochondrial matrix, again enters the cytosol and is going to be utilized for the activation of one more fatty acid molecule. So this is the carnitine carrier system for the transport of activated fatty acid from the cytosol to the mitochondrial matrix. Now we will see the third step, that is beta oxidation proper. This is beta oxidation proper. It takes place in 4 steps. First one is oxidation, and hydration. Then third step is again oxidation, and fourth step is cleavage. These are the 4 steps that are involved in the beta oxidation proper. So activated fatty acid, in the second step we learned how the activated fatty acid enters the mitochondrial matrix. So that is acyl CoA, which is in mitochondrial matrix. So first step is it undergoes oxidation with the formation of trans-enoyl CoA. The enzyme responsible for this reaction is acyl CoA dehydrogenase. Here FAD is reduced to FADH2. This is the first oxidation reaction of beta oxidation. And second step is hydration reaction, forms beta hydroxy acyl CoA. So this takes place with the help of enoyl CoA hydratase. And the third step is again oxidation, where NAD is utilized. NAD is utilized with the formation of NADH. So here beta keto acyl CoA is formed with the help of an enzyme beta hydroxy acyl CoA dehydrogenase enzyme. Then final step is cleavage reaction with the help of thiolase beta keto acyl CoA is cleaved to acyl CoA, then acetyl CoA. These two are going to be formed. And we know the fate of acetyl CoA. It enters the Krebs cycle and further it gets oxidized with the generation of a certain amount of energy. Whatever the acyl CoA is going to form again participates in one more cycle of beta oxidation proper. Here you should remember the acyl CoA which is going to start, that depends on the length of the fatty acid chain. So this acyl CoA is the original one. And finally we are going to get one more acyl CoA which is going to have 2 carbon unit, that is acetyl CoA. 2 carbons are going to be lessened compared to the original acyl CoA. So that is sequential reactions of beta oxidation proper removes each cycle, for each cycle one acetyl CoA is going to be removed. So until it is the fatty acid, whatever the fatty acid that participates in fatty acid oxidation, until it completely gets oxidized, the process is going to be continued. Whatever the acyl CoA is formed, so again it enters the beta oxidation proper and ultimately finally we are going to get the acetyl CoA. So this is what happens in fatty acid oxidation. So it takes place in 3 steps. First one is activation of fatty acid. Fatty acid synthesis takes place in cytoplasm, and so that this has to be transported to the mitochondria. For that a special carnitine carrier system operates, and then finally beta oxidation proper takes place. This simply takes place in 4 steps. One is oxidation, hydration, oxidation, then cleavage. So acyl CoA, it starts with activated fatty acid acyl CoA, and finally it undergoes oxidation reaction with the help of acyl CoA dehydrogenase enzyme. Trans-enoyl CoA is formed. This with the help of water molecule is going to be added to that. It forms beta hydroxy acyl CoA, and this with the help of dehydrogenase enzyme undergoes this NAD plus reduction takes place. NADH is going to be formed, and then with the formation of beta keto acyl CoA with thiolase enzymes. These beta keto acyl CoA is again cleaved to acyl CoA and acetyl CoA. The acyl CoA which is formed here is going to have 2 carbons less than the original fatty acid that participates in beta oxidation. So of course we know the fate of this FADH2. This enters the electron transport chain, then gives 2 ATPs. And this NADH also enters electron transport chain and gives 3 ATPs. Now we will see the energetics and overall reaction of this fatty acid oxidation. Now we will write a reaction. N number of acyl-CoA activated fatty acid. So first undergoes oxidation with FAD. So I am writing FAD. Then hydration reaction, water molecule. Then again oxidation where NAD plus is reduced, right? Then also coenzyme. So this reaction gives CN minus 2 acyl-CoA plus FADH2 plus NADH plus H plus. And also acetyl-CoA. Then I will write for palmitic acid, which is a 16 carbon fatty acid, which undergoes complete 7 cycles. That is, I am writing palmityl-CoA. FAD and 7 water molecules and 7 NAD plus participate, then 7. So here we will get 8 acetyl-CoA molecules, then 7 FADH2, then 7 NADH plus H plus, 7H plus. So this is the overall reaction of fatty acid oxidation. Now we will see how much energy is generated during the fatty acid oxidation. And we are taking the palmitic acid as an example, which is 16 carbon fatty acid. So it gives the finally 8 acetyl-CoA, 7 NADH2 and 7 NADH plus, 7H plus. So each FADH2 will produce, as I told you, 2 ATPs. So here total 7 FADH2 are there. It gives 14 ATPs. And then 7 NADH will enter the electron transport chain and yield 21 ATP. And then 8 acetyl-CoA molecules are there. Each acetyl-CoA undergoes enters the Krebs cycle and completely further oxidized to carbon dioxide and water and give 12 ATPs. So 12 8s, 96. So total 10, 11, 10, 13. 131 ATPs are generated when a 16 carbon fatty acid, that is palmitic acid, is oxidized. 16 carbon palmitic acid is oxidized. It gives 131 ATP. But you should remember, in the first step, that is activation of fatty acid, 2 ATPs are utilized. So if we remove this, subtract these 2 ATPs, we'll get 129 ATPs finally. So this is all about fatty acid oxidation. Thank you.